this, the conventional route, using your common sense,
Yeah.
which I don't like people to do,
Right.
you probably get about 2 mils of straw through the potato.
Right, which is
Right.
what you're doing now. So you're struggling.
Yes.
So if you hold it at the bottom end of the straw and try and push it in, you'd really struggle.
Exactly.
So you've got the one end of the straw which is now capped with your thumb,
Yes.
and
And the free end to travel through as a shaft,
okay,
and at least get more than 2 mils of straw through a potato.
all right,
And that's a little more. This is a big potato, by the
I
way.
can see that.
And if you have a look,
Wow, that's
a lot more straw
7,
through a
8
potato.
centimeters, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you can easily get a straw all the way through the
And the
potato.
science behind that has to do with you capping the end of the straw?
Part of it, but it's also how fast the straw moves. And so if you relate that to force and the rate of change of what we call momentum, I don't want to get too technical here, and that will actually lose the beauty of the experiments. But yeah, and that will give rise to a nice large resultant force on the potato itself.
Right, I'm fascinated with your red hairdryer.
Oh yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so what does a hairdryer have in common with a Frisbee? You know, we've all played with Frisbees,
Right.
and I always try to encourage youngsters, get rid of your cell phones.
Okay, and pick
Buy
up
a
your
Frisbee.
hairdryers.
Buy a Frisbee.
Right.
All right, so if you have a look at...
I'm going to ask you just to get back onto the microphone because we're losing you a bit. Right.
Yep. So, Frisbee?
It's a red Frisbee, red balloon, red hairdryer, red
shirt.
shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you took a hairdryer, the principles behind that obviously is giving us warm air.
Right.
And you learn from grade 1, grade 2 that warm air rises. So it pushes things upwards. So if
Hot
you
air
have
rises, cold air sinks.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if I have a polystyrene ball, I should be able to levitate that ball because warm air rises. Now this is such a cool experiment.
Okay.
So if you do that, if the listeners at home can imagine me holding a hairdryer facing upwards and levitating a ball, most people will tell you the ball levitates because warm air rises. Right? It's not hard to do that. If you strike a match,
Yeah.
and you hold it upside down, the flame's always going to be pointing upwards.
Right.
Right? So the question there is now, if I move the hairdryer, what's going to happen to the ball?
It should drop.
Yes, because of gravity.
Yeah.
There's no air pushing up.
Right.
Right? So everybody at home can take out a hairdryer. If you don't have one, go to your neighbor's house.
Well, who's going to have a polystyrene ball? That's the hardest part.
That's
of
the
it.
other thing, yes, exactly. So if you move the hairdryer, the ball doesn't fall. You see the ball moves with it. And that's quite interesting, right? So it also, you can get the angle going, the ball starts to rotate. It almost seems magical, a levitation going here. You can get it up to a maximum angle, and after which it will start to fall.
So
it's got-
as you get close to like the 45-degree mark.
There's a maximum angle called the attack angle. And if you think of aeroplane wings, they have the ability to change their shape or geometry. So that's related to something called the Bernoulli Effect. Not the Beyonce effect, the Bernoulli Effect.